Good to go.
Good morning.
Good afternoon and good night. And if I don't see you, good afternoon and good night.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's episode 13, huh?
it is. Yeah.
Episode 13.
Lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13. I'm pretty sure.
We should just skip this episode.
We should literally just start making up new numbers. Just like episode 61. What happened to the other fucking 50?
Brick'll text us all pissed off. What the hell? Why haven't these other 50 been posted?
Kelly, you're up for intro.
Oh, yeah. I'm lighting it up here.
Chugga,
Let's
chugga.
get going.
Chugga.
Mic check. Mic, work. 1 2 1 2. Drop some bars.
Chickadee check.
Drop some bars.
Chickadee check yourself before you BAB-Cast yourself. Hello and welcome.
To my
Sit down. Sit down. Take a load off. Put your comfy pants on and get ready for BAB-Cast 13. A little shindig that 4 friends partake in every Thursday night. 4 friends known as Grumpy, Nick, and Eric. If you've never watched this before, which is quite possible, hit like, subscribe, click the notification, and leave a comment about how just talk about how great we are and how fun this is.
Yeah.
And we're excited to have you here. I am.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about some things. We're on a timeline because Matt's got multiple chicks coming over to the house in probably an hour.
Countdown. We got 56 minutes.
He's got the wrap it up button from Chappelle.
Wrap it up, B.
We need like a formal announcer person
Oh.
to introduce us all, like
Like Don Pardo.
Yeah.
I was watching a video of a guy who he does a cover of 16 Tons.
Wrap it up, B.
He does a cover of 16 Tons, and he's got the fucking lowest voice in the history. Nice. And it's really, he's really good. And I was sitting there, and I think as I get older, I think my voice kind of sometimes goes a little low, and it goes 16 tons. And what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm quitting my job and starting an a cappella group.
Excellent. When's the first show?
No, this is actually putting out a casting call. So whoever wants in, if any of you guys can be a solid tenor, looking for a couple. And then I need a beatboxer. That's all new a cappella groups have a beatboxer.
Is Matt just gonna leave this on the screen the whole time? Let's see here.
I don't know if I've seen any comments or anything, but I do know that we had that one question a while back about Corey's wooden stairs. So he got those installed today.
Oh, what'd he get?
Some hickory stairs, old hickory.
How much did he get? Hey, did you notice that I posted that deal of my sister who just redid some stairs?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Those looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much did those stairs cost him?
Oh, he said it was slightly under Matt's estimate, whatever Matt's estimate was, I forget. I think you said like 4 or 5K for install, Matt, maybe. So, I mean, it probably cost him like $3,500 or something for a damn install on stairs. It was like 15 stairs.
That's why the fort only builds single stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stairs eat up all your budget.
Stairs are really like I've done them on a couple of jobs with our trim carpenter, and they're really tricky. Like a couple of times, that's how I learned how to do the it's called the biscuit joining, and using stair treads and like solid oak stuff, and using like a biscuit joiner to prevent them from lifting.
Yeah.
And there's like this cool tool that like you ever seen like dowels where you put in like the little pins that lock things together so they don't shift up and down.
I love those designs.
Yeah, there's a really neat tool. There's a really neat tool called a biscuit joiner that uses what they call biscuits, which are like, they kind of look like little flat footballs,
like wafers, right?
Yeah, they're shaped like little flat footballs, and and the biscuit joiner cuts a notch in the adjoining wood pieces, and then you glue these little footballs that slide in between. And there's been plenty of times where like, you use that to like adjust, like not to adjust, but to prevent any of that shifting, that up and down shifting between two things. So that's kind of a neat thing. But stairs are hard. I mean, especially with how like tight you got to get all the risers and the treads, especially if they're out of wood. Yeah, if they're out of wood, they're not really forgiving at all. So I just imagine somebody having to spend, probably an hour or so on each freaking stair, making sure that it's set right and glued and screwed down, depending on kind of the installation method. So
yeah, and it's quite possible that like no two stairs are alike. So you're literally measuring.
Yeah.
Can you hear this?
No.
A poor man's made out of muscle and blood, and a skin and bones. You've got a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load of 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Say, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. Peter, don't you call me, to the company store. Don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Come on.
Not enough hammer sounds.
It's crazy that
I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16
What are the odds?
tons of number 9 coal, and the strong boss said, well, bless my soul. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older
like
and
Randy
a deeper
Travis.
in debt. Saying, Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Yeah, I was, fell down a little bit of a
That's
YouTube
cool. It's a cool voice.
It's it was fun. I don't know, just something he's got. I mean, he's got one of the deepest voices I've ever heard. So
Yeah.
it was freaking crazy. We'll keep rolling.
Yep.
Even without Matt. It was nice while we knew him.
We've been
Godspeed.
we've been a little light on the guests lately, but we promise we'll angle for
We're
something.
trying.
soon.
We're trying. We're trying.
We'll,
You know what? Every relationship is give take, and they need to give.
We're pretty
so
much
we can take.
We're pretty much
We have
not giving anything.
I really want to just kind of blow through the building stuff, because I think there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about that will just be fun to kind of, just like that 16 Tons song, we'll kind of skitter scat little, go back and forth. But we did it's going to be a freestyle. This podcast is a freestyle. But from a building standpoint, we started setting forms out at Richard Rochelle's house. We did notice we had a little bit of an issue with the foundation plan. Once we got out there, we realized the foundation plan supposed to have a little brick ledge on it, which is designed to provide some structural support for anything that we might attached to the exterior of the house from a veneer. We made some adjustments because Richard basically told us, he goes, dude, I'm only going to do a veneer. I'm not going to do anything big. So we adjusted. But the plans didn't show the damn brick ledge. So like they're setting everything up and it matched the exact framing plan. So it's like, no. All the way around the house, we're supposed to have a little bit extra, like an extra strip of concrete to provide some support. So we had to freaking adjust that today. We had a little champagne bottle uncorking out at Beargrass for the Rodriguez project.
Nice. Post a video of that.
Yeah, we popped up. Yeah, we have a video. Mark has the video. He said he's going to upload it to Facebook, but I'll have him put it on the Facebook page. We popped the bottle on Tuesday.
That's the safest environment to pop a bottle of champagne in.
Though just out in the desert.
Yeah.
Just out in the Wild West.
Nothing
Nothing can go wrong. Although we popped 2 bottles and we started moving dirt yesterday, and the pad's looking really good.
Nice.
Super excited about it. One of the weird things out on I think you probably saw my Facebook post. There's these weird wire things that are like, it's like what is it, like 3 feet long max, Matt? And
yeah, it's really weird. I think the prevailing theory that they're like some kind of snare for wildlife seems to kind of track.
I agree.
I mean, you easily just walking around, you get caught on them. I've been cutting them as I find them with.
So it's the anchor. It's the anchor for the snare. So the snare is like you'd put a snare out there, and if an animal went through it and it freaking latched down on it, that you can't pull those things out of the ground. I'd be super interested to see how those are anchored into the ground, because like if me and I'm not kidding, if me and Matt went out there and just pulled on one, the wire would break before we could pull it out of the ground. So the prevailing thought, based on a couple of seasoned veterans, is that they're anchors for old coyote snares to catch coyotes.
Interesting.
So
do you have, when you're doing the dirt work, like in that particular build, do you have to bring in fill dirt or anything?
No, because we're constantly trying to control costs of things that we can control costs on.
Yeah.
We're always trying to figure out, essentially the process is called balancing. And if you imagined a hill that went like this, you cut this triangle off and then flip it over into this vacant spot, this spot goes here, and then you have a flat ground. So that's what we essentially do. We balance. Nice. But yeah, we got forms up at Rochelle. We've moved dirt, tracking a permit so we can get Luke Ranch permitted. And we closed on that Beargrass lot. So we're really working on the plans. I've got to get with Steve and Isaac on the Cox Garage Edition, because they're just like trying to write us, trying to give us money. And today I met with a potential customer out in Mesa Grande Estates, west, due west of Oñate. And there's some cool lots in there, man. There's one house I want Matt to go look at there's parts of it that I'm like, oh, that's you tried, but 80% of it is really cool. Kind of a farmhouse looking sucker, done really nice. And we're going to try to see if we can put a project together for her to stay at $299 on a $50,000 lot. That's not a bad ratio. So we think that the ideal ratio is your lot being 1/5 to 1/6 of your lot of your total project cost. So we're right there. We'll see. It sucks because I'm sitting here thinking. I'm sitting here thinking, 2,999 900. I'm thinking we're gonna be like at 1,750 square feet, That's like we'll oversize the garage. You know, we can toss something in there, you know, to make it. But you know, we're gonna be 1,750 square feet at 170 a square foot, and that's just what it's gonna be. So it'll be interesting. But I've got a really good idea for a plan for her, and you know, I think we can get 10K of landscaping. You know, I think it'll be all right. But it'll be fun to try to put this project together in there, because I think if we could show someone that we could build a product for a $299, you know, under 300 on a moderately priced lot, that we would, you know, that we'd be that'd be revolutionary for us to be in that market. I still think our ideal scenario is like 350 and up, but you know, we'll give it a shot. Eric hasn't got to see it yet, but we've identified a lot that I think would be ideal for a model home, for the model home. Oh, and
The one
after
that you
looking,
sent the other day, that same one.
yeah, right there. So then here's another. Okay, what do you think about this? Where's it at? What do you think about? Okay, zoom, share screen. What do you think about designing a, you know, so let's say we're gonna optimize this plan for that lot. There's a lot of work that we need to do, but we're gonna optimize this plan. But what would you think? So like if the bedroom was flipped, so that there might be some views out of the master. If there was, let's see here. What would be comments? Not send for comments, just comment. If the pool looked like this, if it was like not a crazy pool, but maybe something that was like right here for kind of the main pool area, you know? And then what if we did like this crazy skinny like lap pool that ran like this along this side, where you could do like this and you know, all uncovered, but like a T-shaped concept, or you know, or maybe this guy goes out to here, you know,
That'd be kind of cool.
You know, so that it's like, you know, so it's a moderately sized pool, but then something here that's really shallow that you could just do fucking long, you know, 35 foot, and it would just feel so cool with all this water off of the patio.
Yeah, that's the thing I like most, is just looking out of all those windows. All you see is water in your yard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Like this guy right here could be legitimately, you know, what if this pool was just 20 by 20 right here?
Yeah.
And 20 feet deep.
20 by 20 by 20.
20 by 20, you know, I mean, it's mostly designed to just kind of chill in. So, you know, I don't know, like,
It'd be sort of like
here,
Greg Green's pool, where it's like 1 foot and then 18 feet. You just
where there's a whole different temperature gradient and ecosystem living down at the bottom of his.
There's those weird fish with like the lights on their head.
You know, I feel like we, you know, like, and what's crazy is I still feel like you could have an automatic cover for the pool that gets deeper, you know, and this lap pool, which could be only like 3 feet deep. I mean, you don't need it to be deep. You just need it to be long. So
yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, I just like that.
I think that concept could play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. And remind me on the square footage of this house again?
This first concept is a little over 2,000.
Okay.
But I think I would tighten. I'd tighten. There's some things that need to be tight. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to be tightened up. It's just, for me, it's just kind of a jumping off point with, you know, it doesn't feel like a familiar plan. Like, I feel like people walking into this would be like, whoa,
yeah,
this is cool. Like, this is crazy. So just kind of kicking that around.
Yeah, I think that'd be a sweet plan to have
that stretch area of it being southernly like exposed. I think that's going to be really cool.
Oh, because and that lot is high, dude. That lot is high.
No, for
what do you
sure.
think of this? What do you think of this pool concept?
No, I love it. I think it's cool. And I mean, it's unique too. And it does give you that you're on the water feeling, I think, if you're on the patio. The thing I want to play with a little bit would be like a barbecue area. And when I say that, I mean something maybe as simple as if you like brought the little hand down and then you go just outside of the dining room, just maybe a little pad or extension of concrete out there with just a drop for gas. And then that can kind of somehow tie into the kitchen area to cook out and still be kind of tied into that dining indoor outdoor thing. But it really could be nicely done where you could maybe even look at getting rid of that little itty bitty window where there's that groin vault kind of showing, and that could be the TV or it could be on the other wall. This little options.
Yeah, no, that's definitely where we would, kind of playing around with this. But for something right now that's 2,000 square feet and we could clean, this could completely, it'd be fun to show people. Like I said, I really want this house to be something that we're like, all right, this house is $350,000. Yeah. This house starts at $349,000. Done, with a bigger and literally minimize it and be like, no, look, there's not a tub in the master bathroom. It's just a big shower. That's all you get. And but that's how you kind of control cost, is by like you don't go overboard on all sorts of things. Tons of exposed. Like in here we do the all fridge, all freezer, and then like tons of exposed shelving where you're like, dude, just have 4 plates, have 4 glass, like minimize your life. Like nobody's having.
Put your sugar and salt up there and stuff.
Yeah. No one has 12-person fucking dinner parties. You don't. I bet if I went to your house and I pulled 80% of the shit out of your cabinets and hid it from you for a month, you wouldn't even fucking know you had it. Minimize, man.
On that note, my sister, her family, she made them get rid of all their dishes. They each have 1 plate, 1 bowl, and 1 glass. And
does your sister live in a concentration camp?
Yes. Oh, she says it's perfect. They don't hardly ever do dishes. It's perfect.
Okay.
Clean your if like back in the day, when we all had roommates, tell me that wouldn't have been hands down. Like everyone, here's your bowl, your plate, your fork. Like this is your shit. Yeah. If your shit's dirty,
you deal with it.
Clean your shit.
Absolutely.
I think most people could get rid of 50% of the shit they have in their house right now and never even fucking notice.
For sure. That would be a funny show.
I'm gonna start a company. I'm gonna start a company called I'll throw your shit away.
You can and you have the person's significant other hire you, and you come in when that other person's not there, and you just throw all their shit away. And then
you don't tell the person that hired you that you actually throw their shit away too. You're like, all right, I need the house for fucking 3 hours, and you just get a roll off dumpster, and you're just fucking. You didn't need it.
Yeah.
If you can, and then and you don't like throw it away and break it, but you set it in the roll off dumpster, and then you have a contest. If you can name anything that I've got in that dumpster right now, I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But no, we're excited. The lot's on a corner. It's really elevated. The backyard is kind of west and south. The side yard, it's kind of got a backyard and a side yard. So we could put the pool on the back and the south, and it'll be cool. And the only thing we really need to figure out is how to get that, how to make sure that one of those bedrooms is the right size for whatever Scott wants his place to be. And it'll
nice traffic area.
High traffic area.
Yeah.
We'll have a sign that says if the lights are on, come on in.
Yeah.
And then I'm not kidding. I think we should just go to Marshall's and buy a bunch of swimsuits and just have them hanging in one of the bedrooms. And if someone's over, you're like, we got swimsuits and towels. Go just grab one, tear the tag off, get in.
Do whatever you want.
It'd be the greatest sales pitch in history.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, no, there's multiple sizes. What we had we had Ashley and Jess go pick out a bunch of swims. We got 1 pieces, 2. Just go pick something. Tags are on it. Never been worn. Chores.
We should definitely get a couple of those Borat ones.
Oh yeah.
If you put that on, 10% off your house. 10% off your house. You're like, all right, you're clearly one of our customers. And
just have some food cooking all the time.
Mhm.
Scott was telling me that he goes, if I put the gym in here, he goes, I need you to set up the middle bedroom as an office. And he's like, I will actually come over here and work from here.
Nice.
Scott had another crazy story. I don't want to talk about it on here because it's his story, but he had one that made my jaw drop a little bit. Should we have a 2-minute, 5-minute, quick minute session on Mark?
Oh yeah. So for the past year, we've had our first employee of the Fort Construction.
The employee of the year.
Employee of the year, Mark Stolberg. And we are sad to announce that Mark is moving on to hopefully bigger and better things. Probably
Greener pastures.
Greener pastures, probably greener, bigger, better pastures. We wish him the best. Actually, it's been surprisingly cool to deal with, not deal as puts it in a bad light, but like to work with him on the whole transition, because it's just been really professional, and I have to applaud him and the other individual who we'll announce soon that's coming on board as far as making the transition. And Mark really did a great job. He's a really hardworking guy, smart guy. All the subs love him. We love him. He learned a lot, and he did great things. It's kind of a great sadness to watch him go, because I'm really attached to Mark. I think he's a great guy, and I'm going to be bummed that I don't get to work with him every day. But he wants to do other stuff, and I get that. And hopefully some of the experiences he had with us will help him on in his path and his journey. And that's a cool deal from that perspective. It always is tough when you have to make that kind of adjustment. But, Mark flat out told us, construction isn't what he wants to do for the rest of his life. So he's going to have to, figure that out and make those changes. So, but to his credit, even though what's that? He
helped out a lot with my house, and I've told him, but I'll tell him again. Like, thank you, Mark, for really taking the reins and pushing these improvements to get done. So thank you again.
Yeah, no. I mean,
huge thanks to Mark, because he's done a lot for us, and he's really a good young man, and anybody who who hires him. The thing that stuck out, and this is no bullshit. The comment that made me really understand where he was coming from was when he said, and I'm not making this up, I swear. He said, I've had 2 of the best bosses I've ever had, and I still don't want a boss. So I need to figure out what I need to do that. And I said, you know what? I get that. I totally get that. And I don't know about the 2 best bosses he's ever had, but it feels good. But nonetheless, if he's going to do something on his own, I just wish him the best, because it's tough, but it's super rewarding. And I think he'd be a good entrepreneur, because he's a really likable, goofy dude, and we enjoy the hell out of him. So I know that he's going to do well in the world, because he's just that type of dude. So yeah, he's going to do well. He's going to do well. It's just going to
absolutely need.
We're not going to get to work with him every day.
You need to get him a trophy that says Employer of the Year.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely go get something from Goodwill that we can adjust.
When I go back to
trophies, Kelly, speaking of trophies, you get those pictures?
I dropped them off. They are with Jaden.
Cool.
I dropped all 3 of them are with him. So they are the first step of being actual photos. Now, I think, and when we talk about employees, I've come up with my own strategy on what I really want in an employee. And I think Mark fits that need. Is Matt and I are clearly not your normal small business owner type. We're clearly not. If you lined us up with all the other guys that build houses in town, we're probably standing out like sore thumbs. so the most important thing to us is to find someone who fits in from a personality standpoint. I mean, you have to be able to kind of keep up with our personalities and, fit in and, have fun and be a part of it. And that's in mine and Matt's discussions, that's the most important part of the replacement is that he needs to fit in, be a part of the group because.
Well, and one of the things that I have been fortunate enough to have some really good leadership role models at the school district with my day job. And one of the things that's always stuck out for me is this concept of hiring for character. And, somebody with a good work ethic and good character can be trained to do a lot of things, if they have the aptitude for it. And Mark was definitely one of those people who it didn't matter what his previous employment background was. He was of such a strong character and such a strong work ethic that he was able to just push through some of the gaps in his knowledge and cover those and ask questions and make good decisions as a result, And so I think with our new, with the new individual who's coming on board, I feel very similarly that they're very smart, that they're very honest, that they have that character stuff that we're talking about. And they have a great personality too, which is, a fun, likable, intelligent person.
Someone will invite to everything,
absolutely.
Someone that's already kind of attending everything.
Right. But kind of in our circle now, and it's really cool for sure.
Yeah. And I think, the blessing and the curse that Mark experiences is that he cares.
Right.
He cares a lot about like when he would hit E up and say, hey man, here's what the plan is. Here's what everyone's told me they're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. And then come 2:00, he's like, hey man, no one showed up. And Mark's like, God damn it, man. I'm sorry. Like he takes that personal.
Yeah.
He shoulders that burden. And that's tough because unfortunately we're at the mercy of what people tell us they're going to do a lot of times. And a lot of guys we work with, and it ebbs and flows, but a lot of guys will tell us something and they'll be there.
Yeah. And the thing is sometimes the guys who don't show up have a really good excuse or we're really, and we do it too. I mean, we're optimistic about how quickly we're going to get something done or, how easy a task is going to be. Oh, I just got to go there and do X, Y, and Z. And then you start peeling the onion back and you go, oh, fuck, this is going to take twice the amount of time because so-and-so did this, or they didn't tell me this was the case before I got there. So, we're sympathetic to that because construction always is a little bit of a moving target, and there's just so many moving parts to boot that it really does present like a lot of challenges. And I think we're getting better. I think what's cool is and we've touched on this before, but I think we're really honing in on the team. The reason I had to actually step away for a minute was our team member just dropped off a Bobcat, so it's not parked at the job site. So it's parked outside of my garage now, Ray. So he's like, "Hey, is this
better than like the real Bobcat
car?" Yeah, that's my house, Ray. I'll see you.
That rabid Bobcat.
Yeah, it's a
like that lady. You motherfucker! And throws it, and then it just runs straight back for that chick. Man, I love that he let it go, and it's like, Karen, run! It's been a blast. It's literally one of those things where you're like, wouldn't change anything. He's been a valuable addition. The thing that resonated with me that he said during the meeting was, he goes, I know that because I don't love this. And I know that I don't see myself doing this 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. And at that point in time, it really is more beneficial for us, for him to admit that and say, hey, I could totally sit here and phone it in for 3 years or until I found till something else walked up. But
and again, going back to character, that's a huge character thing, right? For him to make that decision and to implement that and to have a plan worked out. I mean, I'm so confident right now in the plan that we have for the transition. Like I don't think we're going to skip a beat. We're really not going to skip a beat because we've kind of decided that we're going to have a lot of,
we kind of have a fucking ton of work.
We have a ton of work and that's, and the strategy I think is strong to facilitate it. Obviously I wish it wasn't I wish it was what's the term that they use all the time? I wish it was budget neutral, but it's not. The transition is not budget neutral, but we have a transition plan. It's going to cost us a little bit of.
We do have an idea to help on the job sites. I know that you guys are pretty sure that my stance on robots on the job site is strictly prohibited.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested in seeing what the Makita Roomba does on a job site.
I think it'd be worth. I think it would be worth it to buy one with a good return policy, and see if it works. You know, we could definitely buy it and see if we're gonna ship that shit back and if it's worth it.
Yeah, we got to get it from Harbor Freight. I think. Yeah. If you bought it, let's just bring it back. But no, I'm not kidding. I'm really interested. Once we have a house that that we can lock up overnight. I'd love to see, if we're like, hey, no one's going to be in here today, to just let that robot go. I really wonder what it could do. So
we come back the next day and it's just
lights it on fire.
We come back and it's just humping the tankless water heater.
Someone went in and took a shit on the living room floor and it's just pushing shit everywhere around the house. Yeah, so Nick, I just want you to know that I'm not anti-robot. I'm not an anti-robite, as they say.
That's a surprise.
I know, super surprising. Moving on to badass business. If any of you motherfuckers want to buy a house, any of our 7 listeners wants to buy a house, I need you to hit me up before I put it on the market, because me and Nick are selling our rental house in the Pueblos, Phase 3, 4110 Santiago Way, right next door to the former super fan, James Kilgore, who sold his house for way too much.
Yeah.
So that means you're getting an even better deal with our house. 1,450 square feet. It's like 7 years old. Does that sound right?
9 years old.
9 years. It's like 9 years old. 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Corner lot.
Didn't you have an investor that we know, Kel? Didn't you have an investor that we know that wanted to pick it up?
I've come to the conclusion that selling things like this, I just don't. It's probably for friendship purposes, probably better not to do business with friends. In the event that, if I sold it and then like the fucking AC, if something happened, I would feel guilty, and then I'm sure he, so why? No, just fuck it. I mean, I guess I just tried to offer it to my friends to sell. So I mean, but like that would be like if someone came, like for someone as an investment property, I'm just like, let's not do that. But for someone for their house, like I could also buy you like a 3-year home warranty, or I'd help and I would, we'd stand by it. If it's, if a friend of ours bought this house and moved in and there was an issue, I would be the first to be like, hey, hold on, we'll help. I didn't want you to walk into this, but we'd get someone a 2-year home warranty and stand behind some shit. So that's what it, but someone looking at it as
if you didn't hear him the first time, you guys will get a 1-year warranty, and
you get as many warranties as I can write on notebook paper. But we're gonna move it. So this process though had me interested in asking you guys a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are people afraid of their credit and credit scores?
Yeah.
I think in today's age with all these credit score apps and crap like that, I mean, I know I have this Credit Karma app that pings me every day saying this is your updated credit score. And so I look every day, and I mean, I guess I would be more hesitant if it was like 20 years ago and I had to like actually reach out to like a credit agency and ask for my credit score or something. But
you had to figure out how to write a letter.
Yeah. I have to write a letter to Experian.
What does a stamp cost? What does a stamp cost? could be 1,000.
1,000.
How many stamps
1,000
do you put
units.
on?
But no, I mean, I really, we were talking with a good friend of ours a while back when we were helping him get into a new vehicle, and he's like, oh, I know my credit score is no good, so I ain't no point in like look. And I'm like, that's the exact opposite way. Like people are, I think it's kind of like that they're if you look at it, you actualize it. It becomes real. If you don't look, you can at least go like, man, I don't know. My credit might be good, probably bad. Like, I don't know. But as soon as you look, like, and there's no excuse. But it blows my mind that Experian has a free app that will, like, they promise to help you raise your credit score 10 to 15 points in the first 10 minutes you're on the goddamn
How do
map.
they do that?
What they do is they try to, because I did it because I'm not afraid of my credit score.
Yeah.
I've hovered, I've gotten it up into the mid 700s now, but I've been working on, I've been in the sixes, I was like, there's been times where I've been like 670 to 690, which isn't bad, but it's just still like, not the best. And then, I've gotten it up, but, I logged on, and then what they do is they try to help find accounts that show that you've made consistent payments on things. So they try to help you find like maybe some bills or something that show that you have a consistent history of paying something. And me and Nick were actually laughing because the whole concept of your credit score is really convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Nick, I said, man, one of the cool things about selling this house is that, cheers.
Thanks.
Is that we'll have a serious debt come off of our debt to income ratio. So our debt to income ratio will fucking look fantastic, because I'm quite certain that it shows up on yours as the entire mortgage as yours.
It does, yeah.
And go like, oh, there's two of you on the mortgage, so split it. Like, okay, no, everyone, it's just boom. This comes up as this. But
it doesn't, but that doesn't make sense because you have rental income.
Matt,
you don't have rent.
The mortgage is.
I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that.
Oh, sorry.
Telling the IRS our fucking business.
Sorry.
No, we don't deduct the house interest from our taxes.
No. And
we don't report the income.
The wash.
Well, good thing the IRS doesn't have computers.
No, now that you've said that, now we're fucked. So it's nice knowing you. I'm gonna go spend a nickel up in fucking Santa Fe now.
Water.
I'm gonna go to the fucking farm in fucking what's the one south of town?
Los Lunas.
I'm gonna go to the farm in Los Lunas. but yeah, like but no, like it because like it doesn't, like it shows up as an entire debt for Nick and for me. It's not like it's like, oh, there's two of you on there, so like let's split it in half. No. But here's the funniest thing is we'll have a fucking $1,079 a month monthly payment come of our debt to income, and I bet you money our credit score will drop
100%.
Because it'll drop when we close that account. Although our debt to income improves tremendously, our credit score will drop. Our
payment history sort of they don't weigh that as much then.
Correct.
And so our payment history, we've made payments for 9 years, that goes away.
That's so weird that you no longer have a debt, a giant debt, $130,000 debt.
Massive.
And your score dropped. They're like, we liked you better when you had that 130,000 on your credit.
Yeah, it's a wacky system.
Right? It's so weird.
And then
they want like with my credit cards, they always are like, all right, you're not carrying a balance on this. Mm-hmm. There's this fine point of having available credit card balance and it being a good thing in the sense that they're like, okay, you're not using it, so you're once again like, all right, your ratio's good, your utilization is what they call it.
Yep,
is good. But then they're also like, well, but you also like, if you freaked out one night and just bought a Tesla on your credit card, you totally have to pay for that. And it's like, I know, but fuck, yes, we would have to pay for it.
Too.
But the credit scoring system is so weird.
It is really
so weird.
And
Eric, have you had any, like, what's your experience with like credit scores and credit rating? Like what's your opinion of it?
At first I was kind of hesitant, but then the last time I got an auto loan, they were just like, "Oh, you're good. We don't need your check stub or anything. Like, you're good." And I was like, "All right, I'm good." So
no, you're lost.
We did it.
But I'm still interested in my credit score. I'm not up to date on it, so I was signing up for it right now.
Oh
just to keep an eye on it. I think
like, did you literally just sign up for credit?
Yeah, I'm like on confirm your identity part. So I'm interested because if you get notifications with rampant is identity theft
fraud and identity theft.
So might as well keep an eye on it. So
yeah,
I think people should totally consider doing that. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times you'll get something that hits that you're not even thinking about. Actually, I'm having a little bit of anxiety from the accident because I've been looking for the paperwork from the hospital still, and that can fuck you over. So like, you want to make sure that,
and FYI, they'll send you to collections in an hour. Like if you like,
for sure.
Hospitals are just like, nah, fuck it, collections.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they that's just part of their thing. So no, I mean, I think everybody should really keep an eye, like their eyes peeled, and I think that it's really cool in this day and age that there are those services like that. Nick, what did you say it was again? What's it called?
Credit Karma.
Credit Karma. I've heard of that. That's awesome.
And Credit Karma and Experian has an app, and Experian. It's the John Cena commercials on the Purple Cow. It's Experian Boost, and I have both. And then the other app I have on my phone that I feel is very helpful. I have a few that I feel like are great monetary apps, but I've got Credit Karma.
Mm-hmm.
I've got where's my Experian? I've got my Experian, and I have one called Personal Capital, which monitors every bank account that I have from a standpoint of hold on.
That's helpful.
Yeah, every account that I have, it keeps track of it. So it basically monitors your net worth.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really
a fun one. It was I think it was voted as the most password. Let's see.
I glanced over an article the other day about credit scores, not knowing that we're going to have this conversation, but the author was making the argument that whether you have a score of 740 or if you have a perfect score of 850, like that you're not going to notice much difference. Like the bank's going to treat you the same whether you have a perfect score or whether you have 740. Like once you get to a certain level, you're pretty much wide open as far as credit is concerned.
Yeah, so it gives you like this cool little chart to monitor your like net worth.
Nice.
And then you can go down to your accounts and just be like, all right, every account that you have on here.
That's cool.
That's
sweet.
That is
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Unless you're
trying to buy an Escalade in Phoenix, Arizona, then they're just
what app was that, Kelly?
They pulled up Glove.
This one's called Personal Capital.
Personal Capital.
Personal Capital. I'll send you an invite because I think if I invite you, I get $20.
Tell us the Escalade story.
Well, you're buying a bottle of bourbon.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'll do. Let's see here.
Tell us the Escalade story, Matt.
So when we were, after the accident, looking for trucks and stuff, and I was in the weird spot of not knowing what the hell I was gonna get, which is super funny that I ended up with the fucking Tesla Model S, which is the dopest of the dope. But I was looking at different things like, all right, well, want something that's comfortable, want something that's this. And so an Escalade kind of came to mind. Like they're really reliable. It's got a big old Chevy motor in it, the
endorsed by Ryan Burkett.
By Ryan Burkett. I wanted, try to be like your heroes and idols. That's what they always say. But so no, we went into this dealership. I found one that was a killer deal. Like it really was a fucking screaming deal. Super low miles. If you went to Car Gurus, it said it was like $12,000 below the price. It looked sweet. We walked, and it was in the showroom. It was like one of the nicer cars they had, and they had it in the showroom, and we're poking around, and it was like super gangster too, because it was black with black interior. It looked like it could be like owned by like Baca's funeral home or some shit. It was fucking cool. So that was really scratching some heavy metal vibes for me for sure. And I was like, this is a cool Escalade. It had the 2 captain's chairs in the back. Just it looked like a fun car to like just hop in and go do stuff, and still be in 4-wheel drive and all that jazz. But anyhow, cool vehicle. Walk in, they we're poking around and we get like a newbie sales rep, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's a great ride," and literally gave him an offer. Hey, I'll give you X. And it wasn't like a stupid offer. It was just like trying to get him to play ball for a couple $1,000 because I knew it was already a good deal and get the conversation rolling. And he comes back, "Oh no, we're not going to do that. That's our online price. It's a good deal." And he was right. It was a good deal. So then, like Kelly kind of strategically sees that there's this Jeep behind that's in the way of getting the Escalade out. So he's like telling them like, "Hey, what about that one?" Because he's just trying to get them to move it out of the goddamn showroom. Yeah. So they're like, "Oh, the Jeep." And so like we go on like a test drive in the Jeep, and we come back, and then the manager comes out and tries to sell Kelly the Jeep and the whole bit. And I'm like, "Well, what about the Escalade? Can we drive that?" And the kid comes in, he goes, "We're gonna need to run your credit before we'll let you drive that." And I'm like, "What?"
And this is after we'd already driven like
everything.
The Mercedes and the Porsche, and those guys didn't ask for.
Yeah, we drove a G-Wagon. What else? The Macan, a Porsche Macan.
Oh damn!
Like all this stuff, and those guys didn't give a shit. They were just like, "We're selling a car today, baby." And these guys, man, they over an I don't know, and
they sold your car out from under you.
Oh right, yeah. We were kind of going there to buy that. I thought we were going to buy that
blue one.
The
blue Macan, right?
Yeah, the turbo, the one that was like Kevin's, and it was a decent deal. I was like, man, that's cool. It was gonna be, a little SUV. What's super funny is like at the end of the day, they wouldn't let me drive it. I was kind of pissed off about that because I kind of was like, dude, like I was ready to just do paperwork on it. I was so tired of looking at shit. Yeah, I was like, fine, fuck it. It's a reliable big car, whatever. And they wouldn't let me drive it, and we leave, and I don't even like know why it was such a big deal to them or what have you, but it was super funny to be, after driving all this other fucking crazy bullshit like Porsche and Mercedes and whatnot. And we're up at the balcony on in Scottsdale, and it just came up like, a Tesla, and I found that one, and everything's been awesome since. So yeah. Ended up just because I forget. I wish I could give him a fucking negative shout out, but whatever Value Auto or whatever in Phoenix wouldn't let me drive it. I ended up with a really cool Model S. So.
But you had to go back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. I left my ID there, and I got drunk afterwards, and I text that sales rep a paragraph about how bullshit it was that they were like, that I was like, I was definitely on my high horse. Like, I think it's unprofessional of you guys. And I wasn't like a dickhead about it, but I was like, I'm definitely going to give you guys a negative Google review or whatever, thinking that was going to be my man. I didn't do that. But before we leave, I realized, shit, I left my ID over there. So I had, because they made me give them my ID. They could have ran a fucking credit check probably with that anyway, but,
they probably did.
Yeah.
That's why they offered it.
Funny.
Like, that's probably no. That's right. That's right. I walked in, and he goes in there for like that. I bet you they did, because he came back out and he goes, "Do you want to?" He goes, "Night." I'm like, he goes,
"If you had Credit Karma."
I was like, "Nah." What's that?
If you had Credit Karma, you'd know.
Oh,
Sponsored
that's
by-
right.
Sponsored by
full
Credit
circle.
Karma.
But yeah, he
John
comes
Cena.
out. He goes, "I'm looking at the Escalade again, and this is before I bought the Tesla." And he's like, "Do you want to drive that?" And I was like, "Nah, you guys wouldn't let me." And he's like, "We'll let you today." And I'm like, "Fuck."
Literally pointed at it like, "Hey, you want to drive this?" Like, fuck, I wish. It'd have been funny if you would have been like, "Yeah," and then just backed it into the Jeep and been like, "Fuck
like-
this."
Mr. Magoo in it. Just all right. Well, bam.
Did they send a person with you? A salesperson with you?
No.
Nice.
I don't. Did they, Kel? I don't remember if that little dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he came with?
They all. I've got to admit that the salespeople at the Porsche Mercedes dealership place that we went to were the sleaziest motherfuckers
Yeah,
on the planet.
totally.
But no, it was just funny.
They were
It was
so
funny
gross,
because
yeah.
he left his debit card at a bar in Westgate. He left his fucking ID at the fucking dealership. Dude, the dude was fucking
Dropping shit like a pigeon.
Hansel. Who Hansel and Gretel? Did they leave breadcrumbs to like fucking make sure everyone could come and find them?
All over Phoenix. Like, jeez.
The
Hundreds of
biggest
miles
city.
away from each other, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, don't worry. Tomorrow we'll just scoop it up."
Yeah.
It's like, dude, we got to go to fucking
5
Westgate.
hours later,
Then we drive 2 hours fucking east to fucking. No, it was hilarious.
East
It was
LA,
good.
and you got your
He-
damn ID.
Well, and then he ends up buying the car, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'll just drive it home." And they're like, "Yeah, it's got like 7-mile charge on it." He's like, "Well, I'm fucking hanging out." It was fun. It was good. That was one of the better trips, and it gave us new ideas on how to do pulls. So
No, that's what's up for sure. And I learned a lot about
I really think
how crappy shopping for a car is. Like, never again.
Yeah.
Gonna do Carvana or something like that.
Dude, I'm hoping that my next car is just straight from Elon and that's it.
Fuck I do.
that bullshit.
To bring everything full circle, though, I would highly encourage people, even if you don't think you're going to like what you see, because you're right, Matt. One of the things I think is the biggest issue is there's outstanding items on people's credit that can get resolved rather easily with just a simple dispute, which you can actually do through Credit Karma and Experian. You can't dispute anything on the personal cap. Personal capital is really just about getting like that snapshot of like where am I at. It has a bunch of long-term investment goals. It has calculators for like when I want to retire. It's a lot of cool shit on that personal capital, but that's more of a wealth management than a credit app. So
Right.
that's why I like it.
Right.
But the credit apps, man, you can find simple things that you can fix by just simply saying, "I don't think this is right," and they're like, "Oh yeah, fuck it, never mind, yeah, 86." And make big jumps in your credit. And I just highly recommend people doing that, because another thing that popped up today is I was having a conversation with a lender, and FYI, for anyone out there who's interested, I was talking with, let me delete these. Trash. Terry Baca with MFA, the New Mexico Mortgage Finance Authority.
Do they
They
do
have
home
a
loans?
huh?
They do mortgage loans?
Yeah. So they have a next home program. They used to have a hero program that was for like law enforcement, first responders, teachers. Like there's a certain classification, but now it's just next home. They increased the income limit. So if you make less than $91,000 a year and the purchase price of the home is under $340,000, no occupational requirement. It's just for first time and repeat home buyers, regardless of occupation. The Next Home program provides a first and second mortgage. The second mortgage, called Next Down, provides a 3% down payment to cover the down payment and closing costs. And it's 0% interest, non-amortizing. So you make no payments on it. So as long as you own that house for 15 years, the 3% is free. Cool. And I'm just sitting there going like, man, that's a program
That's pretty cool.
that would be like, I just sit there and I just want like the biggest thing that I think people are scared of is they're scared of hearing the word no. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't. No, I can't do that. But I just want people. I want people to be aware of their credit. Get it fixed, man. And I'm not even saying that you're trying to build with us, but I'm just saying that there's product out there that you could own your home and not even come out of pocket for your down payment.
We talk about this all the time and we say lean into the problem, you know, and a lot of times, what's the saying I really like is like success is going from failure to failure without a lack of enthusiasm or loss of enthusiasm, that Winston Churchill quote.
Yeah.
And like just getting comfortable with getting some negative feedback, that's just life. Just lean into it, you know. I think being afraid of your credit is kind of that same thing. Like, if you think it's a problem, lean into it and get it fixed. Cause it's really, and it's really not that bad. It's not that painful. It really isn't. It can be done. It's been done before. People get it fixed all the time. And you're not alone. There's so many people who are in that same boat.
It's called going to college.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you fuck up your credit. It's why one of the most important classes that the New Mexico Department of who handles the schools?
Public Education Department.
Public education.
Yeah.
You should be taking personal finance credit, like
Absolutely
shit that literally can help like make you better.
That should be a
before
required
you
class.
get into college. Oh,
That should be 100% required for anybody graduating. Before you graduate, before you walk across the stage,
I don't
take that shit.
I don't like. You should learn Spanish. I don't care about a foreign language. Learn Spanish. Learn Spanish. Fucking learn Spanish. Fuck French.
Yeah.
Fuck Italian. Fuck whatever. Russian. Whatever. Fuck that. Spanish. Learn Spanish. Every year from like 8th grade on, you should have to take a personal finance and money management fucking course.
Hell yeah.
Understand a dollar. And the very last thing that I would really want people to like, I think that would have a positive impact. This is just me personally, is I also think that you should have to really have a public speaking, like talking in front of people, like getting comfortable in your own skin in front of your classmates and have a class that's literally
now probably more than ever with how much everything's online and through text and IM and, you know, everything's on instant
TikTok.
Messenger and yeah. Well, I mean, like
you guys watch the TikTok video did you finally watch the guy that I sent you?
Yes. Yeah.
IKEA?
The IKEA guy.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
That's great.
Do you hear yourself? I want to talk to your mom. Tell her how disappointed in you I am.
I wonder on some level how much that's actually related to what we're talking about right now. Like how many people just don't know how to like talk to somebody about like what their
he's a stand-up comedian. He's a stand-up comedian. And if you wanted to go back in time to get that sale price, we'd have to go through the quantum realm with Ant-Man. And the director, Peyton Reed from Ant-Man, retweeted his post, and he goes, this was good even without the Ant-Man reference, and it's really taken off. But that guy cracks me up. But no, I think it's important for feel comfortable interacting, talking. Like it's nerve-wracking, man. It's nerve-wracking to get up in front of a bunch of people and not stutter and stammer and just fill the fucking time up with ticks. So it's important. And I think it has a direct impact on how you come across in an interview, how you come across in a
so many people when I'm hiring for interviews are so nervous that they don't even answer the question.
Correct.
They think they did, but they didn't. And some people ask, well, did I answer the question? It's just like, no. So then they go back and ask for it to be repeated, but they're just super nervous.
Yeah, no.
And some of them even state it like when they leave, like, oh, I'm glad that it's over. You know, I was so nervous and just like, wow, like
I think you could start at an early age. It's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Cause there's no fear early on
No.
of talking amongst like other little kids. And, you know, but I think it requires, you know, okay, we're going to transition real quick because I know Matt was equally as appalled as I was about this. I am the 2020 of the Home Builders Association. I don't know if I've told anyone that.
That is appalling.
Yeah.
You broke up when you said it actually on the internet. So say it one more time.
I am the 2022 president-elect of the Las Cruces Home Builders Association.
You broke up again. Say it again.
Recount. Hashtag recount.
Good for 1
Hashtag
year.
not my president.
I'm going to show up at those meetings and protest this crap.
And we had an online auction, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there was 2 platinum sponsors. The Fort Construction, platinum. You know how we do. We just like boom. They raised $5,000 to $6,000, and we raised 2,100 of it.
Wow.
And yeah, you know how we do.
What is
Here's
that?
what's hilarious. Here's the funniest part. I literally called one of our vendors and had them donate something in our name. So I called my buddy Jack at Navy and I said, hey man, we got the Home Builders Association. We're trying to raise some money. I need you to donate a tankless water heater. And he's like, you got it. And they just sent it down and the auction won. Yeah. It's just hilarious. You know, it's one of those things where you're just like, it's too funny.
What's the money used for?
Because of COVID, the Home Builders Association wasn't allowed to have any events or any of their general fundraising endeavors. So we're really tapping into old funds to try to maintain. They laid off every employee except one. And we can't have the event hall. The event hall is something that they rent, you know, so it's been tough. But you know, we do what we can and we raise some money. Part of the benefit of having that event is we decided to create a couple of scholarships for local kids in you know, local high schools. We had 4 $750 scholarships. Nice. I know that's not a lot of money, but $750, like if you're going to the Doñana branch, could pay for like half of one of your classes.
Dude, that's a couple months rent if you're living with a roommate.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a big deal. Yeah, for sure.
It's $750.
Yeah. That's it. It's
in
huge.
The entire city of Las Cruces.
Shit, man. That's almost a whole year cell phone. Almost
2 kids filled out applications.
Are you serious?
Really?
2.
Wow.
Which I'm going to say right now is a failure on the administration and the people who should be put in place to help Las Cruces kids get free fucking money. Free money. We took the other, boom, gave them we gave them both theirs. And then we took the other 1,500 and put it in the operating account because, you know, it's been a tough year for us too. So we're like, all you had to do was apply. And if you don't, we did our job by saying it's right here, come and get it. And it blows my mind that there's not a job, a position in Las Cruces, in every high school that's not manned by maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people. I heard a crazy statistic where someone said they think that up to 30 to 40% of the scholarships available to local kids don't get claimed.
Wow.
Yeah, it is crazy.
There's a lot of that though. I mean, it's kind of, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
When I had started college, my dad was a member of the Elks or Eagles or something like that in Alamogordo. And he was like, hey, we have scholarships, apply for it. $500 a semester.
Yeah.
And I did. Yeah. $500 a semester, free money. Yeah.
Free money.
I think there was just like you said, 1 or 2 of us. That was it. They held we had to write a letter, submit it.
Yeah.
And
have a reference.
A 10-minute interview thing of what you want to be when you're older. And, that was it. Simple as that.
it blows my mind that every school will have a guidance counselor who does nothing to help. I don't even know what do schools even have guidance counselors? That's a great. I haven't dated myself right there by going like, oh, dude,
I don't think they do like they used to.
I'd be an orthodontist.
There has to be some type of position. Maybe it's wrapped into something else now, but
I know that there's there's something similar, but I think that unfortunately the ones that I'm thinking of are like facilitators for like more like the gifted program and stuff like that. But I don't know.
It reminds me of the lack of support you got as a Southern New Mexico athlete trying to perpetuate your athletic career, where you're like, dude, there's no one makes like a fucking video for you. Like, that's why I really want Brandon to fucking get on someday, because of what he's doing for New Mexico kids to try to help get every kid that comes through his academy, he's trying to get a fucking scholarship to somewhere. Yeah, that's his awesome goal. Cool. And just think about how many good players we played with and how many weird ass I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I wanted to go to school in fucking Nebraska, but like if that was your opportunity to have school paid for,
absolutely
take it. And so I'm sitting here going like, man, there's this niche, this mist of helping these local kids to just literally someone walking over and saying, hey, I know you're a good kid. I know you're smart, and I know you're going to go to college, and I can get all I need you to. I know you don't even give a shit about the construction industry, but I need you to just fill this out, and you get $750.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how there's not an advocate. Like it should be like that's what I think of it as an advocacy of helping these kids. Let me preface this one more time. Not everybody needs to go to college.
Nope.
I'm not saying that. It's like there's career paths where you'll end up 10 times better.
Sure.
But for someone that knows they want to do it, how is there not someone helping them go, dude, you're a good kid. You're in a little bit different field. So I just need you to come over here and fill this out, because I'm just going to get you this. And boom, your first semester is now a lot less stressful.
Right.
It blows my mind that there's not an advocacy program, someone who's helping kids, just being like, help them fill out application. I mean, you do, like we're talking about interviews, you get nervous. Do you even, man, I don't even remember what I wrote down for applying for college. Like, that is fucking insane.
Many moons ago.
I had to do a telegraph, I'm pretty sure. And it was like, no, that's Morse code. And it was like, send, check.
We have one comment on the link that you posted for BAB-Cast 13. We needed a guest.
Somebody Telegraph does use Morse code, by the way.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Somebody said
it makes sense.
Director of Security for Oracle and a full polygraph FBI agent.
Okay.
I'm not following the polygraph FBI agent, but
that's Rocky. That's Rocky's wife.
Is Rocky's wife an FBI agent?
Yes.
Really?
I think she used to work for them.
Yeah. She's a former FBI agent, now fucking head of security for Oracle.
Dang. No shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, she's awesome.
Yeah, we could definitely. That'd be cool.
Definitely want to talk marijuana legalization with that lady.
Yep.
We did have quite quickly 3 likes, just 3 likes.
Just 3
my mom,
likes.
I posted a ring that my mom made, and it's got 180 likes in the BAB-Cast.
Maybe we should have your mom come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, what's she doing right now?
I know. Hey, listen. Yeah, I posted a ring, and literally even Wheels McGee, Robert Holguin, was like, dude, that's a pretty ring.
Right.
Wheels and the leg man. All right. So moving on, transition, badass. I've added a new one. Badass Blockbusters.
Badass.
There's only one left. There's only one Blockbuster video left.
Is
Alaska?
Eric having a stroke?
Badass Blockbusters.
Blah, 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 blah. FYI, Mortal Kombat drops tonight.
Didn't that already come out?
On
Yeah, I
what?
thought you
On
sent
what
us the trailer
platform?
for that like 18 months ago.
I don't know. I just know that's. Let me see here.
How into Mortal
Came out a
Kombat?
long time ago.
Who's your
Actually,
favorite Mortal Kombat character, by the way?
Scorpion.
Sub-Zero.
You're a Sub-Zero guy. You're Scorpion. Kel, you?
Kung Lao
Kung Lao.
Ooh, yeah, that's my second, I think.
throw his hat
Where's that?
around.
I remember. I think it's
HBO
Cyrex.
Max.
Cyrex, who was like the robot. Well, not Kelly wouldn't like him because he's a robot, but he's like a robot, and he had
Not
his
on my
chest-
job. I'm like
Yeah.
the old robot racist. Not on my job, Sonny.
Yeah, he's got
Not on
like
my job, Sonny.
his chest. I think his Cyrax's chest would open up and it would shoot a net out, and I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I remember being at.
I don't remember that guy.
It was. I think it might have been on like
Probably like 2 or 3.
Nintendo 64 or something like that. And I remember Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 1 and like Sega and stuff. But it always stuck out to me because I just remember that visceral just astonishment as a kid seeing the graphics of that Mortal Kombat.
Have
And
you watched a preview of this movie, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You
Not
should
the
watch.
whole thing.
They just released. They just released the opening scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not kidding. It's fucking dope, dude. It looks good. So HBO Max, it comes out. So I think it's one of those. Is it one of those that it's in the theaters that for theaters that are open, but also on HBO Max? Is that how that works?
Might be.
How does that relate to
It looks-
HBO Go? I think I have HBO Go. Is it different?
It looks really cool because Sub-Zero is Chinese and Scorpion is Japanese. He's like a samurai.
Wait,
And they-
wait. How do you know that?
Subtitles.
Oh.
In the subtitles, it says Japanese and it says Chinese. And it took me a minute to figure it out. I was like, why are they just? I was like, oh, and
Mortal Kombat's so racist.
I'm gonna write a letter
Yeah. Hey, you should write a
In
letter to your
in
to your
English.
representative.
In English, though. That's the language I know.
In Chinese, it's called English.
So speaking of
right, everybody.
video games, real quick, even though we're not talking about video games, there's a guy on Instagram named Matthews Arcade, and I only know about him because he delivered a video game system to Freddie Gibbs, one of my favorite rappers, and it has 11,000 video games on it to choose
Damn.
from.
Wow.
That's what
How
it's
do you even know that there's 11,000?
Oh.
I mean, like, you could totally be like, there's 1,000, like, there's 100,000, and you're like, oh, fuck, there's at least 100.
He's playing all the video games.
What-
are in
what is
there
it?
ever.
Okay,
How
real
does
quick,
it work,
real
though?
quick. Top three video games, any system, any platform, anything.
He could play one video game a day and it'll take him 30 years.
That's awesome.
84 years old. I don't know.
Top three video games of all time. Oh,
Galaga.
No, you got to give your top 3. Ego.
your top.
Oh,
yeah,
that was.
your
Oh,
top.
okay. No, go skip past. me.
Well, but now see, here's the problem. I don't want to talk about like arcade games. I'm talking about home systems.
Just
Oh yeah,
oh,
home system.
Okay.
Home system
Home
for me.
system.
Well,
me-
I stopped playing at Super Nintendo, so it's gonna be tough.
I'm not far from that, so I'm right there with you. So okay, but Matt, go.
All right. Halo 1 on the original Xbox is probably the top one. Well, you know what? Yeah, you know what though? I'm gonna say Halo 2, and I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this because I know that there's those Halo 1 purists and whatnot. But I got really into Halo.
Watch this podcast, so don't worry.
Yeah. Halo 2 for me on the original Xbox console was a lot of fun because you get on your Xbox Live. I was in the dorms, so it was like a big.
What about GoldenEye?
GoldenEye is up there, but I
was fun.
might just be a little too young for it to be that impactful to me.
Yeah, fair
It
enough.
was cool.
fair
No,
enough.
it was super cool. I liked GoldenEye a lot. I think to me, you know what though, as far as first person shooters, I mean, that was kind of the gold standard, you know, no pun intended, as far as what things like that kicked off the first person shooter thing.
Yeah.
But so Halo 2, and I know Halo 1's better for everybody out there who's a Halo fan, but Halo 2 for me, battle rifle all day long. You know, everybody got mad about the sword. I was all about the sword. If you know how to use it, you can drive people crazy. I know it's falling on. And then I really, really liked Madden. Like just the Madden series. 06,
Yeah.
07. I just got that was huge for me in college. I liked playing that a lot. And then probably just straight up Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. I remember playing that with my cousins growing up, and that's a pretty.
I feel like when we talk about the general public, and just like that's probably as like the safest, most accurate for the. I think that's generally like what people would say. A first-person shooter, Mario Kart's gonna be like a fucking top 5 on almost everyone's.
I was looking at on Amazon, they have a SNES system that's got like a bunch of games on it, but it's like almost $300. Like it's on secondary sales now. Like I don't think you get it direct from Nintendo. It's like secondary sales, and they've jacked up the price like crazy. But
Yeah,
when those come back down, that looks awesome.
Pretty big a few years ago where they were selling those.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun.
They were selling out quick.
It'd be fun to have when they come down in price a little bit. I think that'd be a fun thing to pick up, is like one of those classic consoles.
Nick?
I always have a special spot in my heart for just the original Mario Brothers. I mean, Nintendo. Yeah, I played that religiously, like with all my buddies. Like we would just after school we would throw that in, and we would blow it out, and then
yep,
and then put it in the Nintendo, and it wouldn't work half the time, so we'd have to blow it out again. And then but Mario was amazing. I loved that as a kid. I think maybe in middle school or something, I used to play Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
Nice.
Like seasons of Ken Griffey Jr. baseball, just like every weekend I would do a season.
By any chance, do you remember something called Baseball All-Stars?
I do. Was that original Nintendo?
Yes.
I think so.
Let me see here. I think it was called.
While you look it up, I'll do mine. All from
Well, Nick didn't finish.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Nick.
And then I don't know, maybe the most recent game. I haven't really played video games at all for the past who knows how many years, but probably the most recent one that I really liked a lot was like the first Tiger Woods golf game. For some reason, that was a lot of fun. So
a really
more so sports
that I picked up which would be fun to like maybe even do like a little bit of like just what do you call it? Just to show the graphics and what like video games they've even turned into is like the new Doom is crazy. It's a lot of fun too. And it's fun because you can just kind of wander around aimlessly and kill stuff, but video games have just gotten so crazy.
All from original Nintendo, Super Mario Brothers, RC Pro-Am, which was like the little race cars around the track.
That was a ton of fun.
Contra.
Oh yeah,
dude, you got to say it. If you know the code, you got to say it.
Up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Exactly. That should be like if we open a bar at the Speakeasy, that's the code to get in.
Yep.
And the other one has got to be it's got to be IDKFA from Doom from PC Doom. My favorite games of all time are Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Oh, that's a great one.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was like the first game that I became obsessed with. Like I'm gonna stay here until I figure it out.
Yeah.
The game that I was talking about was called Baseball Stars by SNK on Nintendo. And it was the very first game where you could build your own team. And then as you play, you could increase their like if you played well, you could add like stats to them. You could make them better. and that was like I was just like,
yeah,
I've always loved like the GM mode of like games, and then for me, it's a coin. And I'm gonna say this is a tie because it's the same sport, but one was super fun to play, but then I think the other one, because of the GM mode, took it to another level. But Tecmo's Super Bowl and Madden are like right here. And so I love Tecmo's Super Bowl because it was the first football game that I ever loved.
Yeah.
But Madden has just made it so fun. My wild card that I never thought I would like, that I think is so good, FIFA, soccer.
Oh yeah, it's hard to FIFA, soccer in general.
Dude, if you're hanging out with a group of guys just fucking dicking around playing games for some reason, FIFA is one of the most fun.
The best game.
Yeah, for sure. I might be picking this up here in about a month.
Buy that car.
Yeah.
F1 2021 looks like fun. I don't know.
Is that a video game?
Yeah, it's a video game on Steam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, video game F1 video game.
You'll need to get
speaking of F1, speaking of F1, so my
no.
birthday's on the 1st, and there's a big race on the 2nd, and it's not crazy early. It's at 8 a.m. So even if we group call and watch it, that'd be fun.
No, I'll be over
early in the morning.
Yeah, I'll swing by. What are we gonna?
We should all get remote control cars. And
I'm into this. Yes.
Yeah. What are we doing for your birthday? The actual day of?
Let's do
or
that.
You just want us to show up at 8.
Let's just do that. Let's do a breakfast and
breakfast and
red beers and shit. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay.
Let's just smoke, like put a bunch of breakfast shit on the smoker and just start smoking it. See what happens.
Oh, we could do I could do a brisket the night before, and we could have like breakfast brisket or some shit.
Yeah.
Something to think
some
about.
eggs.
That sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking like just a bunch of bacon and stuff too.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, we could do that for sure.
Bacon.
Yeah.
I always need bacon.
I was going to go into the Marvel. I was going to go into the Disney Marvel series, but I don't think any of you guys are watching any of them, so we'll just leave it. Like
I need to get the Disney Plus thing back so I can get caught up on some shit for
if
sure.
you change your phone plan, you can get Disney Plus for free.
Use my login.
Okay.
And just use it. So we're gonna transition. So Nick, Matt, I bought you guys these things.
Sick. That's a birthday present, man. Thank you.
This is a 4K.
That is my birthday present. Love it.
4K. Well, here's the deal, though. I need you to get them registered, and then we're going to pay another guy $80, and he's going to jailbreak them, and we get every fucking channel in the world.
No, we're not going to do that because that's against the law.
Allegedly, somebody that we never even heard of.
Tax fraud, jailbreaking, dude. I'm just saying, like,
I'm not doing that.
No, I wouldn't. I would never do that, Kelly. And I'm ashamed
13
that
going
we
downhill.
bring that up on this podcast. We'll talk later.
Episode 13.
Edit it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
But I've got a friend who's gonna make these taste like Sour Patch Kids.
Ooh,
cool.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm picking.
But I need you to register them. And do you pay for any TV or anything right now?
Yeah. A Hulu and HBO and Prime. That's
Sling and Netflix, and
it's gonna be fun to see what we need to like keep after this thing, because
I'm into that.
I watched a buddy use his, and I was like,
the internet,
dude. Yeah, that's it. Like that. He's like, all I have is. He goes, I pay as much money as I can to have the best internet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
But yeah, I got Matt one and I got Nick one. So I'll get them to. I'll throw them in the truck, and then we'll get them to you, and then we'll figure out how to do. Make them not do anything to them.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna stick mine in the computer.
Is that Matt again?
Yep.
Are the girls there or?
So, did they sell that Tesla you were looking at, or what's the deal?
When we shifted gears to the house, I'm going to focus on the house. I need to sell the house first. Sell the house first. And then
I believe in you. You're a licensed realtor. If you can dream it, you can do it.
The way houses are selling right now, I mean, geez.
List it for $500,000.
I totally thought it was sold. I
know.
Like, it cracks me up that like two people were like, dude, this
No,
is.
you know what? You know,
Put
who's been
6
looking
sheets
for
of
a house?
plywood in the driveway. Sell it for $500,000.
You know, who's been looking for a house that
You
everything.
sniff sawdust? You should.
I'm trying to get you a contact here.
Okay.
Manny Vihill's been looking for a house
Tech.
for a few
Manny?
months.
Tech. I want.
What's that
Tell
word you
him
were
to
saying?
watch the podcast. Send a group text and ask him. And dude, we'll do it
All right.
off the market.
Text him.
All right, badass balls. I
Yeah.
know Matt said wrap it up, but guess who doesn't fucking care? NFL draft's coming up 1 week away. 1 week away.
Yeah,
Start
that's
tonight. I'll be watching the draft while we're whatever the fuck this is. I'll be watching the draft.
Well, that'd be an interesting,
Uh,
like a live stream kind of thing. That'd be fun for sure.
Yeah, hey, dude, it's going to be interesting. I've heard that there's rumors that the Bears are going to move up and take Justin Fields, the quarterback from Ohio State. I've heard the Cowboys love a tight end from Florida, Kyle Pitts, but I don't know if they can move up to get him without giving up the fucking farm. Chargers are in a pretty good spot. I think
we're going. We want to go offensive lineman to protect our young QB.
Dude, it blows my mind that here's a funny example of why I would never be a good GM, or maybe I'd be the greatest GM, one or the other. The Cincinnati Bengals have pick number 5.
Mhm.
Their quarterback, who was the number 1 overall pick last year,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow,
And he was doing good.
got hit because his line didn't protect him and they blew his knee out.
Yeah.
And they're talking about taking a wide receiver
No,
at 5. And I'm like, no.
that's not going to help you.
No,
get another quarterback.
Yeah.
Take another quarterback. You might, if your quarterback's knees are falling off.
Yeah.
But
Obviously,
I'm like,
quarterback
how are you
sucks.
not taking the number 1 offensive lineman is from Oregon, Penei Sewell, and they're like, well, but 2 years ago they drafted a left tackle from Alabama, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Exactly.
Who? What's his name? Jonah Williams. All right, I love him. Move him to right tackle, and then fuck. Now you have a guy that was a really good left tackle at right tackle.
Mhm.
All right, I'm really good. Jonah Williams played right tackle at Alabama for a little while until he moved over.
He'll
And
be fine.
like, I'm just like, it blows my mind that they're like, everyone thinks that they can recreate the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, there's one team. And it always reminds me of that when everyone zigs, zag. Like, don't do like, and I hope to God the Buffalo Bills do something like that where you're just like, oh, dude, I never thought they would. Like, no one would do that because I feel like everyone thinks that you can have a Patrick Mahomes and do this shit. And if you asked me what changed the Super Bowl, it was that the Tampa Bay defense fucking
locked it down.
got
Yeah,
after Mahomes.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That
he didn't have enough
defensive
time to
that
create.
defensive line, yeah, correct. So even though everyone's out there trying to be like, oh, dude, I want to fucking another receiver, a tight end, I want to score 40 points. It's like, guess who didn't score 40 points in the fucking Super Bowl? The baddest offense since the fucking Rams.
Yep. I don't know if I have the second QB right, but I saw something that Peyton Manning had a faster time in the 40 than Patrick Mahomes when they both came out of college. When they were doing the draft combine, I think it was Peyton Manning had a faster 40 than Patrick Mahomes.
No shit.
That's what I think I heard. It seems sort of unbelievable to me, but
that doesn't sound right.
Because
Mahomes seems like
Peyton was the slowest damn quarterback in the world.
What's crazy is
by comparison to everybody who's super fast on defense, the NFL.
The kid that everyone's projecting to go number 2. Okay. Zach Wilson.
Okay.
He over his college career, he only played 5 or 6 teams that had 10-win seasons,
Yeah.
and he's 0 for fucking whatever against those teams. And I'm just sitting, it's so weird because you guys clearly know I'm a big Josh Allen fan, so I'm and the big thing when he was coming out is how everyone was like, he played in the Mountain West. He didn't play anyone. And it is weird because I think the quarterback that's going to be the best quarterback out of all of these guys is Justin Fields, the quarterback from Ohio State.
Ohio State. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he's going to be better than Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is my number 2. And then I have Trey Lance, the kid from South Dakota State.
Trevor
Lawrence. I saw you.
I know Trevor Lawrence is just I think he's going to be good.
Oh, I know, but like when you play on like the best team with I just sometimes worry that like
you get drafted by the Bengals and then you don't have any protection. So.
I know.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Justin Fields. Sometimes you make some bold statements. I'm actually worried about the Zach Wilson kid, the kid that's going to go to the Jets at 2, and I think the kid from Alabama, Mac Jones.
Oh, I like him a lot.
I don't know, man. I'm just sitting there going like, dude, your running back and both of your receivers and 2 of your offensive linemen might go in the first round. It might not be you, bro.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought we were talking about their wide receiver.
Oh, Devontae Smith?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I don't like their quarterback at all.
How all of a sudden is everyone like, wait, he's 166 pounds? It's like, dude, he was 166 pounds when he went for 230 in the first half.
In the first half,
he got hurt. Whoever your fucking favorite team was.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, he's a game changer.
Jalen Waddle, dude, I don't know. Mac Jones is the quarterback, and they say he's going to go 3 to. They say he's going to go 3 to San Francisco.
No way.
And I'm just like, man,
that's a stretch.
He has a body that I could actually strive to get to. Like if you said, Kelly, what is your summer? Let me look. Hold on. What's Kelly's summer beach body?
I've seen him. I've seen that post. Yeah, it doesn't even look like he's got an ounce of muscle in his body.
No, this is Kelly's 2021 summer beach body.
And by beach, he means raft in the Rio.
Yeah.
By beach, I mean raft in the Rio. Let's see here. Come on. Bring it up. Where's it at? Quarterback of the national champion Alabama football team. Right there. Kelly's summer. Dude, that's attainable. I could do this.
Hey, remember the last time they made fun of somebody's quarterback body? Tom Brady.
Dude, he's got, he low-key, though, has some pythons for arms.
Oh, Brady's gotten better with age, though.
Well, no, I'm not talking about Brady. I'm talking about this dude you're showing us. He's got some cannons for arms.
He's big boned, Matt.
Yeah, he's strong. I bet you he's super strong.
Dude.
I bet he is crazy country strong.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah,
sure.
He can throw.
He looks like his arms, just the what do you call it? The diameter of his arms just look big.
Girth.
Yeah. Would you say they're girthy?
I was trying to avoid, but yeah.
Ridiculous. All right, what's everyone drinking? Oh wait, hold on, Nick, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocker. Yeah. What is this? A replay? What do you want your like? Where do your Chargers pick? Who do you want? Let's put a prediction out there.
Yeah. So we're, I think, 13th.
Okay.
Maybe I'm saying 13 because we're in there. No, we're 13th. 13th pick, 13th episode. BAB-Cast.
Okay.
I really do want some sort of offensive lineman. I mean, I I would love to be able to protect Justin for the foreseeable future. So if we can build up on the O-line and then maybe
What if
a
you
couple,
traded up? What if you traded up and took his Oregon buddy?
Yeah, that would be
If he slid
awesome.
a little.
Yeah. That's going to be tough to do, but that would be fun.
Okay.
We have 9 picks, I think, overall. So
What are you even going to do with those? Don't need them.
we could package them.
Yep. Eve,
Yeah.
what are the Cowboys going to do?
I have no idea. I don't pay that.
All right, I'm
much
gonna tell you what the Cowboys are
attention
going
to
to do
football.
right now.
Jerry Jones.
Mark it down. Patrick Surtain, cornerback, Alabama. Mark it down.
All right.
Matt, what about the
Mark it.
Bears?
So I've been doing a lot of research about that, and my results are pretty inconclusive at the moment.
All right,
I'll get back to you.
Nick, the first Chargers mock draft that comes up, number 1, Rashawn Slater from offensive tackle for Northwestern.
Okay. Yeah.
The next one projected says Kristen Darsaw, tackle from Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me. I think it's clearly going to be one of those as well.
It would be sweet if they did trade up, though. I would love that. That'd be cool.
I
Matt,
think.
have you watched the Bears? What is it? 30 for 30.
No.
You have ESPN Plus. Watch it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it all, but this weekend I saw like 20, 30 minutes of it, and it was good.
Is it new?
No, it's not
It's
new.
old school. Cool.
No, it's old. They're talking about Mike Ditka and all
Nice.
those guys.
OG
It's really
Bears.
cool. You'd enjoy it.
Sweet.
You would enjoy it. All those 30 for 30s are great. Even if you
Yeah.
don't like the sport, they're good.
I remember really enjoying. Is it Jason Leitner? Is that the one?
Christian.
Christian Leitner. Sorry, Christian Leitner. I
How
know.
much
Yeah, I
of
know.
a
I
hated him?
didn't realize what a controversial figure he was. In
Oh, they hated him.
yeah.
Christian Leitner.
I remember enjoying that one, and I didn't know it was one of those ones where I'm like, I don't have any idea who this person is, and I watched it. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I love the 30 for 30 series.
He was a baller. The only thing I didn't agree with was his Olympic selection. But I mean, if you're a college player of the year and rewatching what he did in college, and especially as a Carolina fan, I hate it, but he was good. He was a hooper.
Do you think anybody
Oh,
on
dude,
do you think anybody on the Olympic team liked him at all?
No,
No, not at all.
but he made players on Duke better by being the way that he was. Like he was such a professional.
Bobby Hurley. When they talk about him and Bobby Hurley,
Yeah,
he would smack up Bobby Hurley like nothing. And
I back to the NFL draft real quick because of the Bills picking at 30. The only 2 teams picking after us are Kansas City, who finished in second place, and Tampa Bay. Tom Brady. Man, I don't know if you guys watch him on social media, but I actually I'm glad that he left the Patriots because I actually really like him more and more and more as as a personality. I think he's becoming a very fun, I think he's doing a great job of becoming like a much more likable.
oh yeah,
I mean, just the fact that he got fucking hammered on avocado tequila and threw the Super Bowl trophy to another boat and was like, dude, this is my dude, man. I'm totally in. But the Bills pick at 30. My dream scenario is that we trade back into the second round with the Philadelphia Eagles. They have the 37th pick. So we give them 30, and they give us 37 and Zach Ertz.
Ooh.
And
That'd
the
be
Bills
nice-
pick up an
that'd be a nice
actual
tight
tight
end.
end, an actual tight end that could do something. And then at 37, I would like to take either an edge rusher on the I would like to go either defensive line, offensive line, or cornerback, depending on the best available. That's my dream scenario. Trade back.
Sweet.
Fucking
Have you
knock
heard
it out.
any rumblings about Zach Ertz?
Philly's a fucking mess. Like the Eagles,
it's a
fucking
show.
shit show. So now, I mean, you have a bunch of Bills fans that fucking think they know something and they don't, and
Yeah.
just mix it up. So, all right, I'll go first with what I'm drinking since I usually go last, but I thought this was a fun one because it was a birthday gift.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good one.
That's a good one. Colonel Taylor.
Colonel E.H. Taylor, small batch, first and only. Don't know what that means. Straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey of topmost class. Bottled in bond, 50% alcohol, 100% proof. The bottle feels cool. Like it's just such a cool bottle. It just feels neat. Like you hold it and the way the label's cool and the way that the cap's done is cool. This feels, as a founding father of the modern bourbon industry, Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr. left an indelible, not inedible. You could eat anything.
This is the worst food ever.
Indelible legacy. This legacy is inedible. His dedication to distilling began in the Civil War when he purchased OFC Distillery. There, he developed his innovative techniques that are still in use today. This is just, this is one of those things when you talk about a bourbon aficionado that you just have this is a must-have in your collection. Must-have. I really like it. I haven't gone hard on it tonight. I started off on ice, so I don't know if you always get,
Tastes different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't always get that deep, but
Yeah.
but that's how I like to drink it. So I'm not trying,
Do it your way. I mean, that's the important thing is do your bourbon your way for sure. Just don't put it in Coke.
A cola, unless it's Blanton's, a double Blanton's and Coke.
Yeah, we're just trying to put some
Spotted
place
dog.
out of business. Yeah.
Dude, if there's a smoother, this is smoother than Blanton's.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. I think
It's smoother than
I
Blanton's.
like it way better than Blanton's.
Yeah.
What's the price point on that?
50?
That's not crazy.
With tax, yeah.
Yeah.
At retail.
When you can find it.
When you can find it, because that bottle is found in Phoenix.
Wow.
It's only not here. Used to be here at Celebrate, but not anymore. But
What you got?
El Paso.
Nothing
maybe-
either.
No,
Really?
that was in Phoenix. Yeah, so got lucky. It was the only one on the shelf.
Wow.
Well,
Unless they had some in the back, so not everyone grabs it. All of them.
right. Yeah. Thank you for the birthday present. We busted it out tonight.
Awesome.
Awesome.
What do you got, E?
I am drinking Old Tub.
Oh, nice.
Old
What?
Tub. It's from Juanitos. It's a $23 bottle. Jim Beam.
Cool.
But it just came out like this year, but previously it was only in little bottles at the gift shop. So they came out this year. They thought it was going to be a limited release, but it seems to be more available than what they thought. So
I got a bottle of that on the shelf too. I've been enjoying that, but I don't because it's the only one sitting there. So I just kind of have a little bit at a time just to enjoy.
it's good.
Different.
It's good. Unfiltered, bottled and bonded, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of flavor.
yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
A lot of flavor. Yeah, I'm just rocking the classic Buffalo Trace, just kind of my go-to. As always, excellent.
Can't go wrong.
I thought about
think
it's funny. I
Frank-
thought about
Frank
grabbing the
Rattler.
old tub. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't because
God, that'd have been way funnier.
right?
yeah, I should have.
So what is the bottled in bond? What does that mean again?
That I think I covered that in a previous podcast.
About it being 100 proof as a minimum, right? That's part of it.
Yeah. Yes. When it goes into the barrel, and then it has to be like one distiller in a single distillery in one season in a bonded warehouse. So it goes into the barrel at 100 proof, and it has to be aged for at least 4 years. So,
Bottled in Bond Act of 1897.
which Colonel Taylor was a part of.
As a reaction to widespread adulteration in American whiskey, the act made the federal government the guarantor of a spirit's authenticity, gave producers a tax incentive for participating, and helped ensure proper accounting and the eventual collection of the tax that was due.
Huh.
Most bonded spirits are whiskeys in practice. Interesting.
Cool.
So it's a old-timey regulation that they meet.
It sounds like a certification more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like back then people wanted to know what they were drinking.
Yeah. It reminds me of when Heinz ketchup was like, we're using glass bottles so they can see, so you can see,
What you're
because
getting.
everyone used brown bottles and then fucking gave you garbage shit.
That's exactly what it is. Exactly. It's a play off of that. Absolutely.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Nick, what you got?
I got a called Slush. It's a sour beer. I'm usually on a sour beer kick during the summers. Like the warmer months, I like sour beers. It's strawberry, raspberry, lemon, and lime. It's basically like 7-Up.
Cool.
It's
It sounded like a
Good little commercial you had going. Strawberry, raspberry, lemon, and lime.
I was looking at the government warning, and I mean, it impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery. Like, why do they have to put operate machinery on there?
You never know who's heavy equipment operator.
Yeah,
I have a Bobcat in my driveway.
true.
You probably shouldn't get on it right now. That's gonna start excavating right now.
When do major things like Bobcats and backhoes and stuff go electric?
Oh, question.
I don't know if they can because of the hydraulics, but
True.
maybe.
No, they definitely can. I think it just goes right back to storage because of the amount of time you got to run. So I think batteries are going to be the limiting factor, because an electric pump could definitely power the hydraulics to do it. It's just going to be the storage. What would be cool if there was some, what might be a good workaround would be if you could like charge a battery, but then like trickle charge it as you go somehow, like maybe have some kind of system where it's still plugged in while it's working.
Right.
And then it could be, but I think storage is really the factor, because it's got to be able to run for 8 hours a day.
Yep.
Or maybe exchanging battery packs, kind of following the Neo model, could be a thing. There could be a way to do it that way. That's a fun question to think about. Yeah, I'm gonna think about that now, Nick. That's a good question. How would you make heavy equipment electric? But because the thing to keep in mind when you're talking about like excavators and Bobcats and all that stuff, they're hydraulically driven. So it's not like they require a bunch of horsepower, but they require a lot of torque, which electrical motors are really, really good at.
Yeah.
So it'd just be a matter of how much storage capacity would you have for the power to power the pump. Because the diesel motor on all of those pieces of equipment is just pressurizing the hydraulic system. It's not actually like direct driving it like on a drive shaft, like a car or whatever. So the motor is just pressurizing the hydraulic system, and it's all operated off of the hydraulic valves and everything. So no, that's interesting. I bet you there's people trying to figure that out. I bet you there's people trying to figure that out, because it would make sense, and it would save a lot of lives too. Because a lot of people like get in a lot of like predicaments because of the fumes of like working around that type of equipment in the confined spaces, mining, etc.
How many DWIs on heavy equipment do you think there are every year?
At least 7.
Man, dude, I hope a lot, because that's
I mean,
just
why do they have to add that to the can? Honestly, like I don't.
Well, I
Legal. It's legal.
sometimes, I mean, listen, the reason you add it to the can is because the first guy who does drink and go, you didn't tell me not to fucking fly an airplane. Matt, lawsuit.
Denzel.
Doesn't mention anything about that.
That seems like a cool can though on that beer, Nick. That's a cool logo.
Yeah, it is a super cool logo. There's like a snake.
I thought that was a koozie.
A snake,
That's
a
a cool
broken
logo.
leg, a pencil,
Pencil,
some sort of guy, a
pipe
pipe.
and smoke.
Yeah,
Cane.
that's
And
Towley in the form of a S.
It
I
is,
like
yeah,
that.
it is
Towley.
Hey, man.
It's
What was
Melody
the
in
H?
Funky Town. I have no idea what's going on here.
What are we doing this weekend?
We're doing F1 racing on Sunday morning.
Oh, that's like a Next few Sunday. weeks-
Oh,
That's the May 2nd. May 2nd, yeah.
May 2nd.
May
Gotcha.
the 2nd be with you.
May the 2nd be with me.
Yeah.
May peace be with you.
And also with you.
Dang,
that is next weekend. Holy, wow. Yeah, May's coming quick, fellas.
Dang.
Well, right on. Let's wrap it up and we'll text on what we're doing.
Oh, the girls are there, guys. The girls are there.
The girls are there. Girls with party
favorites. Party pavers. Wait, what? That's not a thing. Party pavers.
What up, B?
Paving the driveway right now.
Just flashing their lights.
All right. Well,
Matt, you gotta laugh. Come on, Matt. That's
quite frankly, it's quite frankly,
badass babes.
no. Quite frankly, this is the antithesis to a purpose that you had, and then now I feel like it's like y'all's mission to just do the exact opposite. You're like, oh, we have this idea, and then like now it's like, well, you know what? Let's just try to fuck that up. Let's just always, let's just try to always.
Hold on.
I gotta go.
You said antithesis. Weird.